For years, California Democrats and Gavin Newsom have said that gas prices are higher because of market manipulation, big oil and gas companies price gouging you. But now the evidence is overwhelming. It was Gavin Newsom and the California Democrats' bad policies all along. Coming up, we've got the receipts and what we're doing to fight back to lower your price of gas at the pump. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state legislator representing District 75 in the state assembly. Let's just start out with something that's just basic here. Gavin Newsom is a liar. There you go. Second, California liberal media don't want to tell you the truth, so they won't shine a light on the fact that he has been lying for so many years. And third, the prices you pay at the pump, your gas price. It's not because of market manipulation or some oil and gas company that did something bad, price gouging or profiteering. It's because your California state politicians, they've created policies, regulations, mandates, and taxes that have made it astronomically more expensive in California to have a car, to buy gas. Because number one, they want your money. And number two, they really don't want you having any carbon-based fuel. They've been very clear. They want to ban any carbon-based fuel. They try banning gas cars, gas appliances. Why do you think it's such a stretch that they aren't happy with the high price of gas? The more pain at the pump, the more people will use EVs or use public transportation, government-run transportation. So this is all part of their plan, but they don't want you to know that they actually are the ones creating the price gouge, the price spike. One final note, and then we're going to get into the receipts that we have the proof on. If you buy the notion that somehow the oil and gas companies have raised prices in California and it's only because they want to price gouge and they want to make profits, well, then you have a little bit of a problem with that logic, and it's easily disproven. You see, we don't just have high gas prices here in California. We have higher gas prices in California than the rest of the country. In fact, at the very least, it's an extra buck per gallon 5 years ago, an extra $1 per gallon. Then it became $1.50 per gallon more than the national average at the pump. Today, it's anywhere between $2 to $2.50 higher in California for a gallon of gas versus the national average on any day of the week. So for those of you out there who believe Gavin Newsom's lies, it's the gas and oil companies, they're price gouging. Bitch, please. Let's be serious. It's just you and me talking here, right? You would have to swallow the horse crap notion that only in California do gas and oil companies price gouge, because in the rest of the country, they're not. Because apparently they're selling gas for a much lower price than the rest of the country. They must have decided, yeah, in Kentucky, in Ohio, in Colorado, in Arizona, we've decided not to price gouge. No, we have something personal against those Californians. We're just going to price gouge them there. Hence, the $2.50 price differential between California and the national average. No. The reality is California politicians, our policies, our laws, our mandates, our taxes, all of that was self-imposed by our crazy left-wing politicians. It's very simple to see that. And now we've got studies and research to show you why we have a higher price of gas. Now, before I get into that, I need your help, because at Reform California, we are on a mission to lower your cost of living. The best way to do that is to elect new leaders to the state legislature, but also put common sense reforms on the ballot. That's why I led the charge in 2018 to put the gas tax repeal and the car tax repeal on the ballot. Politicians on the left mistitled the initiative. They took the title and changed it from gas tax repeal to eliminates road repair and transportation funding, which was a lie. We are putting initiatives on the ballot consistently to roll back energy prices, gas prices, but also trying to elect better leaders to the state assembly and the state senate. In 2026, we have a slate of candidates that we want to put into office. And we even have 8 statewide candidates from governor all the way to treasurer, secretary of state, attorney general, statewide candidates that we're backing. Because in California, we believe that voters are ready for change. The high cost of living has created so much pain that they want change. We have to give it to them by mounting a grassroots campaign. So check out our website, reformcalifornia.org. Chip in a contribution. There's also a campaign we have underway to repeal the gas tax and offer a rebate for price gouging from government politicians. We break down the price of gas. With the $2 gas tax that's currently applied per gallon of gas. It's our calculation that we have that it comes from government's own data. There's $2 per gallon in 2026, $1.95 to be exact, in gas taxes from the state of California. The excise tax at 59.6 cents, which goes up automatically each year. 28 cents for cap and trade tax. Sales tax is 12 cents per gallon. Carb regulation tax is 23 cents today. It's going to go to 75 cents in 2026. Underground storage is 2 cents. Federal tax, 18.4. They have a new tax going in called the oil and gas penalty tax, which is to be determined, but at least $2 by 2026. You're already paying almost $1.50 today. That's just in taxes. We have a bunch of regulatory costs that I'm going to walk through in just a minute to show how that's spiking us way above the national average for price of gas. But every time that our gas price spikes, instead of the media walking you through those basic numbers that add the $1.43 right now to the $2 in 2026 per gallon of gas from state taxes, mandates, and regulations, they offer up this crap. This is just from 5 years ago, by the way. 5 years ago, there was one of these gas price spikes. And look at the gas prices back there, only $4.59, $4.69 a gallon in that shot. So you have this idiot reporter standing out there, liberal, in Glendale for ABC7 5 years ago. And she's saying, oh, Gavin Newsom, thank goodness he's trying to fight for us. He needs to find out how the gas prices are so high. He's demanding an investigation. He's ordering an investigation. Thank you, Gavin. This is the gaslighting. This is the cover-up. Liberal media making it seem as though he gives a crap about your pain at the pump when he doesn't. By the way, this investigation was 5 years ago that he orders. Where is the investigation results? Oh, he never actually produces an investigation result. There's never a report. Listen to it.
This isn't surprising news for California drivers. According to the California Energy Commission, we pay up to $1 more than drivers across the country. But
that's $1 more 5 years ago. Now it's $1.50 to $2 per gallon, $2.50 in some areas of the state.
It's why we do that is still unclear, and Governor Gavin Newsom wants an answer.
Oh, we don't know why. It's why we pay more than the national average, which is unclear. And thank goodness for Governor Gavin Newsom, because he's on the case. He wants to know why. Do you see the absolute dishonesty? She could actually go through the numbers I just shared with you as to why it's $1.43 higher in California just with the taxes. But no, she doesn't do that. She's doing a puff piece to protect liberal Gavin Newsom. Oh, he's so dreamy with his hair and he's so pretty.
Governor Gavin Newsom demanding an investigation as to why Californians pay more at the pump.
The gas is too high.
That's right.
Period. It's almost $5. It's ridiculous.
Newsom now asking today. Attorney General Javier Becerra to investigate after a new analysis by the California Energy Commission was released. It says
California Energy Commission, which is made up of 5 political appointees from Governor Newsom, who are all liberal, environmental, wackadoo activists. None of them are interested in consumer protection. They're all regulators. They want more regulation. They believe in the Green New Deal, the greedy new steel. They're out to get your money. This is a scam. These people are liars, cheats, and thieves. And I'm so sorry to put Newsom and his cronies in the same bucket as liars, cheats, and thieves, because I think that they deserve their own bucket.
Pay $1 more than drivers across the country, primarily because California's retail gasoline outlets are charging higher prices.
Oh, it's because people charge higher prices. That's why our prices are higher in California. They just decided to charge more because these retailers are different than retailers across the country. Only in California do they price gouge. In the other 49 states, they're not price gouging. No, it's the cost of regulations that these companies are required to pay to the government so that the government gets its share of the money, and they pass those costs on to the public. This is a 5-year-old report. This is from ABC 5 years ago. Newsom is ordering an investigation, and still today we don't have the investigation. He does it when you're focused on higher prices at the pump to con you into thinking he actually cares about you.
I just asked the owner in there if the gas prices were going down anytime soon, and he was like, I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Newsom believes big oil companies could be misleading and overcharging customers.
Oh, there we go. It's the evil CEOs. It's not me, the politician. The whole report, I'm not going to play it, goes on and on, giving praise to Governor Gavin Newsom, Dr. Seuss, not Inspector Clouseau, on the case. He's on the case. He's investigating. He's fighting for you. He's an arsonist firefighter. He created the fire, and now he's pretending to be your savior or your rescuer. Here's a report from an independent study out just recently. Policies, not greed, driving California's sky-high prices, study finds. This is with the USC Marshall School of Business. Independent, not a political group. They actually did the report that Gavin Newsom refused to do. And Michael Mish says, California's gas prices are high are the result of directed policies and a litany of regulations, taxes, fees, and costs. Imagine that. It's not the price gouging. Oh, but by golly, where's Gavin Newsom? Do we have a comment from him? No, of course. No, the media won't bang on his door and say, you lied to us 5 years ago. You said you were going to do a report. You didn't do a report. You claimed it was oil and gas greed, and now we find out it was you all along. The media doesn't do that. I'm surprised they're even covering this USC report. By the way, if you want to check out good information, go to WISPA.org, WSPA.org. They have a whole resource hub on why gas prices are so high, and they walk through in detail. I'm not going to go through everything. All these charts and graphs on California regulations and costs as to why things are so high. I'll tell you, when you look at the three reasons why things are so expensive in California. Number one, we've choked off oil production in California. We used to produce about 55% of our oil within our own state, and we would get all but 5% from foreign countries. That's back in 1985. Only 5% of our oil barrels each day came from foreign sources in 1985. Most of it was from California. Some of it was from Alaska. Today, 55% of our oil comes from foreign countries. We're lining the pockets of countries that don't have a good environmental record and have even worse humanitarian records. And it's more expensive because you have to ship it here to California on oil tankers. And that emits CO2. Again, I always say that these people who say they're for the environment are always bad on the environment. So first, we've choked off the supply of oil. Second, you take oil and you have to refine it into gasoline. And that's where all these regulations, mandates, and taxes have been added to the refining of oil in our state. We have not opened a new refinery in California since 1978. The last permit was issued in 1978 for oil refineries. And in fact, in the last 10 years, we've lost a third of our oil refineries in California. They've just shut down. Several companies just announced they're going to shut down even more. One refinery in Long Beach last year couldn't make money refining oil into gasoline because of the regulations. So they converted to self-storage. When you make more money storing people's junk than you do refining gasoline in the state of California, you know that government has failed. The final reason why we have higher gas prices are those taxes and fees I just mentioned. Choke the supply of oil, shut down the refineries, add a massive tax. The three-step process as to why you pay more at the pump. And let me just give you the bottom line. Assuming that you have a car that has 20 gallons in its tank and that you gas up once a week, that's 52 weeks a year, so 20 times 52. 20 times 52 is the number of gallons that you are going to be buying. If you're paying $2 more per gallon, that's $2,080. That's $2,080 per year in higher costs just to drive your car with higher cost gas. That's at $2. If it's $2.50, it's much more. It's more than three. It's approaching $3. $3,000. That's before taxes. So in order to earn $2,000, you have to probably earn little under $3,000 of wages just to pay Gavin Newsom and California Democrats gasoline penalty. That's what you should call it. The delta between what you pay here in California and the national average is the self-imposed price gouging of California politicians. I wanted to produce this podcast so that you know what's going on when these gas prices go higher. That Newsom always walks out and says, oh, golly, price gouging is happening. I'm going to order an investigation. The media treats it as a news story. They never go back and say, wait, hold on. Hasn't he ordered like 10 investigations in the last 4 years and never issued a report? They're covering for this liar. I almost said something naughty. But we need to get the message out there to voters because pain at the pump is one of the biggest drivers of voter behavior. So go on the website, reformcalifornia.org, chip in a contribution, sign up, like and subscribe to this video, spread the word. Until next time, I'm Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California and a California State Representative. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.